I love this Lucky Llama music.
Yo, what's good, bro? Shit,
What's up,
appreciate you stopping by for another Lucky Llama.
What you mean me stopping by? You stopped by.
Yeah,
You in my spot. I appreciate you stopping by.
Nah, that's true. That's just how we start off the interviews.
Like,
We be like,
make sure niggas eat good and everything, man. I appreciate you coming through. Me Casa Su Casa.
Nah,
Welcome
for
to
sure.
No Stress Sound Academy.
No Stress Sound Academy.
Yeah.
Like, wow, this is a crazy just environment that you've built up. Like,
What's so crazy
just to kind of just for personally for someone like me to not have experienced something like this before, it's just kind of like it just kind of opens your mind to the possibilities. You know what I mean?
That's dope.
So with that being said, just a first general question, like, what's been your motivation just so far, just in everything you do? Like, what do you think motivates you?
I mean, for the last 6 years, it's been my daughter. But before that, I don't know, bro. I just like doing it. I love doing it. Like, it's natural. I don't think you need, if you love doing something, I don't feel like you need motivation. It's like, I mean, obviously it pays bills, gratefully, you know what I'm saying? Thankfully, I figured I had to do that with my craft and doing what I love. But, I mean, I don't know. It ain't, I just like cool stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if I like it, you should like it too. So let's do an event and let's do it all together. Let's get other cool people around that like other cool things, you know what I'm saying? But
No, I feel that.
I'll think about that. Next time you ask me, I'll have a better answer. But
Nah, that was a great answer. Yeah. But so where are you from? Like, where did you grow up originally?
I'm from High Point, North Carolina.
High Point, North Carolina.
Like an hour and 15 minutes up the road.
Okay. So what was your childhood like? Like, what was your family like?
Man, it was rough, man. Nah, I'm bullshit. I wish I had a hard story, but yeah, a great mom, a great father, both very supporting. You know, my sister, her birthday was yesterday.
Yeah, happy birthday, sis.
For sure. What can I say, man? Just, you know, play my sports when I was younger, baseball. Then I, you know, start doing jazz band in middle school and play guitar in elementary school, and, you know, children's choir and, you know, recreational activities. Then high school, I grew up right around the corner from Andrews, and, you know, we known for our marching band, high stepping. So
okay, so you were always
I
kind
always
of
wanted to be a part of the marching band. So when I got to high school, that's what I was doing, marching band, drumline, you know what I'm saying? So I guess that was kind of like not my introduction to music, but I don't know. I started throwing parties in high school. The band needed a fundraiser, so I was like, let's do a party. And we made some
high
money.
school?
with
Yeah,
the
wow, that's
drumline,
crazy.
You know what I'm saying? But
it's really cool.
it's like I enjoyed it, and it made a few dollars, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I want to do it again, and I did it again. So all the football games and homecomings, it's like I'm throwing a high school party, but it wasn't just for my school, it was for the whole city. Then Greensboro started coming out, then Winston started coming out.
Right, it's
you
like
know
on
what
a
I'm
bigger
saying?
scale. Yeah.
But yeah, you know, but my shout out to my parents, like, they ain't try to hold me back. They knew it was kind of, some of the environments were kind of dangerous or could get, you know what I mean, with a whole bunch of children under one roof.
Correct.
You know, my dad took me there, dropped me off with my speakers in the Suburban, and he scooped me back up, you know what I'm saying? So
Nice love. Shout out to
him
Pops,
for that,
though. Yeah,
you know, he used to take me and my boys to the club out there in Greensboro. So, you know, that's really, that's basically half of my life. You said childhood, my bad.
Yeah. Nah, that's great. That's literally great. Here, what we try to do is we just try to, like, you know, figure out, like, how your childhood and how your upbringing kind of shaped you to, you know, be the person who you are right now. Yeah. Because it is a lot of different things that happen to a lot of different people. And sometimes people go through the same situation, but they react completely different.
Right.
You know, so the people we bring on this podcast are obviously, like, successful in their craft, like, really strong-willed, hardworking people. And we just try to, like, you know, get to kind of learn more about them and why they are like that. You know what I mean?
That's that Jimmy and Johnny in the background. That's P. Frank.
Yeah, shout out P. Frank. It's tough. So you were always doing something involving music growing up. When do you feel like you were able to take it serious? Like, what moment for you made you think, okay, like, I actually might be able to make some money in this?
I mean, I was making money off of music before I even started taking it serious. You know, shout out to my dad again. Like, for his business, he had CD burners. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah, CD burners.
Like, you know, he had CD burners. He was like a computer nerd, so anything new that Apple dropped, like, my dad he was gonna get it for his business. You know what I'm saying? But I used to burn CDs. Shout out to Napster. Shout out LimeWire. You know what I'm saying? So
I have a little bit of experience with that too. Like, I used to do the same thing. Like, I don't know if you remember like the website's MP3 Skull.
So yeah, I guess I really started taking it serious. Well, I don't know. I always took it serious, but at the same time, you know, it's like when you do something you love, it ain't really a job.
Right, it's
you know,
fun.
shout out to my dad. He had CD burners for his business use, and then I was like, okay, I can make duplicates. I can use LimeWire and Napster and put songs on CDs. So I used to just make random mixes with, 80 minutes full of songs, you know what I'm saying, and take them to school and sell them for $5. But if you want me to take your list of requests and got to download the songs, it costs $10. So that was like my middle school jug for real. So I guess that's when I started my first taste of the music industry. Like I was making money off the music early. It wasn't my music, but
before you was even in the industry.
Yeah, but I was making mixtapes before I was DJing for real. Like that was before I even had a thought of DJing or anything. You know?
Okay. Do you feel like doing the mixes kind of built like your initial buzz? Or do you feel like it wasn't until you started throwing events that's when people started like, you know?
I don't know, bro. I think I kind of been popular, you know what I'm saying, like in school and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't really I don't know. I ain't gonna say like, I done had a cool little friend base and, you know what I'm saying, events and folks showed up to my birthday party. You know what I'm saying? Put it that way. So
I feel that.
Eventually when I got in high school or college, it's like, damn, I can do a birthday party at the club. Yeah. These folks gonna come out and pay. That's a good birthday. You know what I'm saying? That's what's like, okay, they really fucking with me. You know what I mean? So
yeah, because you bring in the experience. You bring in the vibe. You know, like, personally for me, I feel like what I value most is experiences, right? Whether that be, like, I'm doing something or I'm with people. Right. You know what I mean? So people, like, love that and they cherish that. And it's something that really affects their lives. So when you're able to create that for them on a consistent basis and it's, like, really engaging, entertaining, like, you know, like, why wouldn't you want to support that?
For sure. Yeah.
So, hell yeah, bro. Let me see. So other than like your dad and you know he had the CD burning business, were there any other mentors that kind of?
He have a CD burning business. He had an advertising agency. Actually,
I'm sorry. I'm gonna cut that out.
I'm gonna cut that out. No, you good. Because he had CD burners like for his business. You know what I'm saying? So after the hard drives and before the flash drives, it was CD-ROMs. You know what I'm saying? So in order to download the files, because you know he designed furniture, graphic design. Like he had a company called the Marshall Group. So it's like, you know, I was into modeling early as well. Now that I think about my childhood, because like, you know, the furniture market's real heavy in High Point. So my dad designed furniture. Yeah. He used to like all the posters for Maya Angelou. He used to design her posters and just like Sprite ads and Coca-Cola ads and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so that's tough.
You know, my dad put me on a lot of cool shit. I ain't gonna lie. Like, and he passed away like 4 years ago.
Damn,
but it's like
I'm sorry
when he
to hear
passed,
that.
that's when I realized like how much he impacted my life and my hustle. You know, all the way down to like designing my logo that I got iced out years later. You know what I'm saying? He just wrote it on the side of a toolbox that he gave me. But like, you know, he a visual art. He draw as well. You know what I'm saying? So it's like his penmanship crazy. But yeah, he got a whole lot to do with my life that I ain't even really talked about it for real till now. But it's like,
Nah, shout out to
Pops was a hustler now that I look back at it. Like,
bro, because as much as like, you know, we are our own selves, like we are like a product of the people we're around. And you know, especially your parents, like, come on, like no matter what, like they're gonna influence you no matter kind of, you know what I mean?
For sure.
So I just think that's really cool and I think we should just do more of that. Just kind of, you know, just thinking more about like why am I like this or why? You know, that's kind of like conversations I have with myself, you know? So
what you was about to ask me though before I cut you off? My bad.
Oh, you good, bro. I was gonna say, did you have any like other mentors? Like, was there anyone else who kind of like showed you the game, showed you the ropes, early on where you were still trying to figure
DJ
stuff
Smooth.
out?
I guess he really made me start DJing for real. Like I said, I was throwing these high school parties, but I got requests. You know what I'm saying? Hey, DJ, can you play this? Can you play this? Hey,
I know that gets annoying. Yeah,
he like, bro, I'm gonna show you how to play it. You know what I'm saying? So this what you do right here. All right, cool. You know what I mean? But he gave me that introduction, and then he ended up moving to Charlotte. So, you know, after that, I was just kind of learning on my own, picking up whatever. But then I met a guy named Waleed Coyote, works at 102 Jams. You know, he great record executive from the Carolinas, Greensboro, behind a lot of artists out here, from Luke to Rico Barrino. Like, helped me out a whole lot, too, because we used to do parties together. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had the radio, but I had the high school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so two different audiences.
He would let me come and, you know, it gave me free radio promotion for real. He let me come to the high school, the Friday high school games and shout out my parties, and I'm passing out flyers, but we just busting the dough down. You know what I'm saying? So I'm coming up to the station doing the interviews, and then I met DJ Reflection, and he really started letting me open up for him. You know what I'm saying? And once folks started hearing me open up, it's like, shit, we want to book you.
Yeah, you hard,
so,
exactly.
You know, and then I went to North Carolina A&T for a little while too.
Oh yeah,
so
shout
it's
out
like
A&T.
I'm home and I'm already having motion, but then I'm 20 minutes away in school, so I'm just kind of.
You got the best of both worlds,
you know,
literally.
I got the local, then I got the street shit. Like the street shit plus the college shit.
Plus the college shit.
You know what I mean? So,
bro, like that is a play. Nah, for sure. Like that's cool as fuck, actually, bro. Just the way you were able to, like you said, like take control of kind of both markets at the same time. Yeah. You know, most people only are able to get one of those.
And I was on the campus, like, still, by this time, graduating high school, that's when I really began DJing for real and learning the art of the music. And it wasn't just LimeWire and Napster. It's like, I'm in the game now. I'm getting vinyl. I'm getting CDs. You know, Serato came out when I was in college some years ago.
Serato, okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, really, I started making mixtapes. Like, current shit, like hot shit, exclusive shit, you know what I'm saying?
The shit that's going at the time, yeah.
That's really where a lot of my name and branding came from, is through my mixtapes. Like plenty of mixtapes, over 1,000, millions of streams and shit. So I got some dope ass mixtapes out, put it that way. So yeah, it was really that in the clubs and breaking artists, and kind of led to everything that's going on now. You know what I'm saying? From me moving to it, this is fast forward in a nutshell, moving down to Atlanta, beginning working with Travis Porter, then working with 2 Chainz, and then all the other artists on the street execs that we work with as well. But, you know, it turns like, okay, cool, I'm working with artists, I'm getting paid by artists, but I want to get paid with an artist. I want to have my own artist. You know, that's why I start working with Sauce Pack and, you know, Anella and, you know, a few other artists as well. So it's like, I see the bigger picture in everything I do. You know what I'm saying? I still haven't met all my goals. Like, you know, shit's going dope now, but it's way bigger than that for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, cool, we got a Charlotte office, but we need a New York office. We need a LA office. We need a Florida, you know, headquarters. You know what I mean?
We need to be everywhere.
I want to put a whole bunch of plaques on the wall. You feel what I'm saying?
I feel that.
So, yeah.
So, one question we always kind of ask people, like, do you feel like you're successful? Like, by your own definitions of success as of right now?
I'm alive. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Nah, deadass.
I'm alive. You know what I'm saying? It's so many levels to success. Just like I kind of said 30 seconds before, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's going to get way bigger than this. I got a lot of things I got to do, you know what I mean? So I got to make sure my whole family's straight, especially my daughter and whatever future children I do decide to have. So it's like, I think that's going to measure the success for real is how set she can be, you know what I mean? So I think we're on a good track to answer your question.
We off to
a great track. Start, you feel what I'm saying? So.
Nah, for sure, bro. So I know there's a lot of people who are kind of like outside of the scene to kind of see what's going on, and maybe they aren't like the most vocal or, you know, the best at like talking to people or connecting to people. What would you say is one way that people can kind of like break out that shell and maybe you know, just build connections?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. We're gonna have to edit and ask me that question one more time. I gotta.
Nah, you good, bro? Yeah, you good. I got word it better, anyways.
Right, yeah.
So, what's the story behind No Stress? Like, how did that come together?
That's how I feel. That's the environment that I like. You know what I'm saying? That's the energy that I want to give off. That's what I want to get back. It's a smooth saying around my way. You know what I mean? That's just how we. That's how we live, and that's what I want to surround myself with. You know what I'm saying? No stress. So I feel like even if you're going through something and, you know, tomorrow's going to be a better day, you got to play the best hand out of the, you know, you got to play the best hands out the cards you was dealt. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it can only get better. It can't get no worse. I feel, sure. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you wake up in the morning, like, you got to make the best out of it. But I used to have a mixtape series called No Stress. It's like No Stress R&B at its best or something like that. And then it was like No Stress, thin line between the streets and the sheets, like with the Jeezy implies and you know, the Trey Songz and Gucci, like you know, that R&B with that rap hook on it, the type shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Fire.
So that was the No Stress sound to me. It wasn't R&B, it was No Stress. It was just that feel good. So now to start putting it on Facebook as my status, but I always got like a lot of interaction whenever I said something about no stress or just positive living. And then 2012, got my boy DJ Brand New and Floss. Was at his crib cooking up, and start messing with some fonts. Came up with a logo, put it on like 5 or 10 outfits, and it's funny because King Carter, I don't even know if he know this, but he was my first customer with No Stress. Him and Revenue.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's when King Carter, Revenue was rapping, and I pulled up, do a cameo, you know, like get my cameo on one of his videos, And then I had the No Stress on. They're like, "Damn, what's that, sir?" Shit, I got 3 more in the car. I just moved to Atlanta. But I was going from Greensboro, stopped in Charlotte to fuck with them. Then I was going to Atlanta. Like, shit, yeah, we'll rock some, we'll support it. So my first 2 sales right there. And I thought that was dope. So
literally
had to put the call in, press some more joints up. And then it was even more dope to me because my homeboys, they was rocking with it too. But they was actually pressing it up and they'd be selling it as well. So it was an avenue for me and my friends to make a few dollars. Right. And then it turned out that it was way bigger than me. It was way bigger than us. Like, folks are getting it off the website, not knowing nothing about me and my campaign at that time, you know, because I was having a little bit of motion, but that wasn't what the No Stress was about. It's like, that's what they believed in. That's what they wanted to put on their chest. So
yeah, that's what they want to represent.
It's a lot of these out. It's a lot of these tattoos out. Like, folks feel it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, folks can relate. I think that's what it is being relatable. And I think that's what any business or anything you trying to campaign or push or preach, folks got to be able to relate. You know what I mean? So how can you be relatable to people? Right. So and it's comfortable saying, you know what I'm saying? I don't feel like it's any kind of restrictions or demographics to it. Like, my daughter wears her No Stress hoodies to school. You know what I mean? Then you got grandmas and aunts and uncles, any age and race that rock the campaign as well.
No, the branding is great, and the message is great as well too. You know,
so, but now like we got the No Stress gear, and we got the No Stress Fest, and the label is No Stress World. Everything No Stress. So
how are you able to still stay under control? And well, I was gonna say, how do you not stress? But like, how, you know, it's a lot of different avenues and a lot of things going on. So how are you able to kind of manage everything?
I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that out myself. I'm trying my best, bro. I'm doing what I can. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got to be able to realize and know when you bullshit. You got to call yourself out on your own BS, I feel. If you can't realize and recognize that, then it's a problem. Or if somebody around you ain't telling you, like, bro, you getting fat, you need to get in the gym, you need to work out, or bro, don't eat that, or damn, you know, bro, you need to get in the studio, or bro, you need to do this, or girl, you need to practice singing, whatever you're doing. Like, you know, I think I've always been around those type of people.
Yeah, same exact. I think we've built a great circle around us that kind of does the same thing. You know
what I'm saying?
We call each other out. You know.
Exactly.
And I feel like it's helpful. You know, especially when you're with the right type of people who don't take it as like disrespect.
For sure.
You know, it's like it's more love than anything. You feel me? Because I actually give a fuck enough for you to get better. You know.
Right.
So.
Right. What was the original question? You said, how do you not stress, or how do you?
Yeah, I was just saying, like, how do you just manage everything? Like, how do you really? You answered it great, but that was your original question. I was just kind of saying, like, how do you still stay under control? Like, it's a lot going on. You know,
I think my main priority now is spending time with my daughter. You know what I'm saying? So I think, like, before that, I ain't gonna say I'd be wasting time, but it's like I appreciate time a whole lot more. It's like I can't be playing. Like, I gotta be here for a reason. It gotta be some type of productivity going on for now or for the future. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So yeah, she really helped me get a better understanding on time, because like, hey, if I'm not doing nothing that's making sense, I want to be with her. You know what I mean? So yeah, that made me, yeah, to answer your question a little bit more.
No, that's fine.
Other than that, I'm still trying to figure out. I'm glad I make it look like I got it all balanced, but it's like, you know, I could get some more sleep. You know what I'm saying? I think everybody could, but you know, I do got goals, bro. You know what I'm saying? So this thing take time, and it's like, you know, somebody got to put the work in. So even today, I had a busy ass day. My whole weekend was busy for real.
Yeah, just moving around, doing a whole bunch of different shit. Yeah, no, literally, bro.
I gotta do what makes sense though. Stuff gotta make sense. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So, all right. So we understand a little bit more about No Stress and the original foundations of the brand. Your relationship with 2 Chainz, like, how did that happen? Like, how'd you guys link up?
Positioning, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I got my dope ass team and dope ass network. Street Execs, that's the home team.
Shout out Street Execs.
My dog Techniques, DJ Techniques. He was DJing for Travis Porter at the time. And I think maybe 102 Jams had a show in Greensboro, and they had Players Circle and Ludacris and Travis Porter, a whole bunch of folks. But obviously Titty Boy was with him as well. So we was at a hotel in Greensboro. I was meeting up with Travis Porter and Technique. And then, you know, he introduced me. He's like, yo, this is Titty Boy, you know, Players Circle, whatever. I was already familiar with him, of course, because I'm a huge Ludacris fan as well. So being hip to all the Titty Boy stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because he's been going crazy for on the industry too.
Sure.
Yeah, shout out to you.
You know, made that relationship, but we ain't talk or keep in touch like that. So a few months later, ran into him again, got some mixtape drops from him. And I think he was dropping like Boo at the time. And yeah, Boo was a song that was going crazy. He just dropped Trappavelli 2, if I ain't mistaken. But shit banging. You know what I mean? My dog Tech, he rocking with it. Let me support as much as I can. You know, I'm tuned in now. It's like, you know how you meet somebody, it's like, okay, cool. I'm even more hip to your campaign. I want to help you. I want to support you more. What you got going on. I understand. I fuck with your story.
Yeah, you understand more of the context, so it just makes them want to fuck with you more. Yeah,
for sure. So that was the original introduction. But once I moved to Atlanta and, you know, working with Travis Porter and Street Execs, you know, the relationship between Technique and Titty Boy at the time, it got closer. He was like, yo, bro, I think we about to manage, bro. You know what I'm saying? So what you need to do is start positioning yourself, start going to the studio, building a relationship with them, you know, start learning, bro. You know what I mean? So I do that, but I ain't just gonna sit around the studio and do nothing.
And do nothing, yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm gonna get DJ drops. I'm gonna help sell verses. You know, this when he doing verses for 5,000 and shit. So everybody eating them up off the streets. Helping book shows, you know, playing a part. But we learning each other and kicking at the same time. So shit, I live in a Buckhead at the time. So I'd take that 30-minute drive to the south side at like 10 p.m. every night. And then about like 5 in the morning when he get done, I'd leave and head back. You know what I'm saying?
Go back
to the
home.
crib. Get up in the morning at 8. Me and Charlie be in the office, working the Travis Porter campaign. But, you know, I had already built a lot of relationships through the Make It Rain and Bring It Back records that we was breaking. So when I called the DJ's phones again, like, yo, I got this other record called Boo featuring Yo Gotti, you know what I'm saying? Damn, so edit this part out right here, or edit that part out, I'm gonna say it again. So, you know, it's like, yo, Chain's got this other record called Boo, it's going crazy. Then we got the Spend It record, so it's like I'm delivering bangers back to back to the DJs. They trusted me, you know what I'm saying? And plus my relationships and my network was so strong, like, you know, yeah, that's really what it was, bro. Just making myself an asset, just knowing what I wanted to do and positioning myself and doing it.
Yeah, you know, and putting the groundwork in, like you said, because you guys were in there all the way late at night, go to sleep, wake back up early in the morning, do the same, like, you know, like you were actually putting the hours in.
He was on the road heavy, like he wasn't having a DJ when he was moving around at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like the shows weren't making sense. You know what I mean? So when some prices start going up and he could afford a DJ, I had me a seat already solidified in the van, and that was probably like 2010, 2011, Trappavelli 2 days, Codeine Cowboy days. Damn, we 15 years in? That's hard. Shit, that shit crazy. Time flying. Yeah, that's hard. So we've been rocking, and it's dope. Like, that's big, bro. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these DJ artist relationships don't last that long. A lot of these DJs, and I mean, really, a lot of artist teams don't. So a lot of shit don't last long. Period.
No, seriously,
you know, like regular family stuff. Like, but you know, we treat this shit like real family. It's all the same original folks from day one on our squad. You know, a few different switches here and there, but for the main core team, everything's still solid. I
feel like that's how it be, bro. Like a lot of, like, you're always gonna have some type of like conflict in whatever organization, but it's like if you surround yourself with the right people, like the same few people are gonna be there no matter what. You know what I mean? So nah, that's really cool, bro. That's really cool.
It's a positioning to answer your question. I knew what I wanted, and that's what I went after.
You just went after it.
Right.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. This shit was kind of natural though, cause it wasn't like nothing I had to force myself to do or like try to. Hey, bro, fuck with me, bro. Like, I don't believe in forcing nothing, bro. Whether it's with a female or an artist or whatever, it's like, bro, you can't force it. You just gotta let stuff be organic, let things happen, bro. You know what I mean?
Who was the first person to believe in you?
I don't know. Hopefully my parents. I don't know.
I feel it.
Hopefully the family, but
yeah. Or who do you feel like was the first person to kind of like show you immense love?
I had to make my parents believe them. I ain't gonna lie, I did.
I feel I'm in the same boat. That's me right now. Like, you feel me? Like,
straight up. But my mom, she was the one that convinced me to like really take a break from college. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you're not focused. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be in here playing, because I took some time to go do this. I don't know, like by my sophomore year, I was paying folks to do classes for me and my online courses and shit.
I feel it.
Because I was 5, 6, 7 nights a week in the club DJing, you know what I mean? And I just wasn't. I started out school ahead with like I started off, when I finished high, I was taking college classes in my senior year of high school, like recording engineering classes at the community college. And then I was in a program called Upward Bound, so they got me other credits and everything. So I had a little bit of head start. But then I started slacking like my sophomore year because I started traveling. Shout out to my boy Jay White. He definitely believed in me. You know, he introduced me to Street Execs. So I definitely left him out. He was a huge part of the equation. There's a lot of people I left out. There's a lot of people that played a part. I appreciate everybody. But Jay White, I owe him like a Rolex or something whenever I can afford it for him. I got you, big bro. No stress chain, at least. I'm gonna get you no stress chain, Jay White.
Yeah.
Once you get me my Carolina shit chain.
Hell yeah. Once we get that video, we're gonna clip it. It's gonna be a fire ass clip. You feel me? But nah, shit, bro.
It's a few niggas that owe me chains. It's a few folks that owe me chains. It's a few folks that owe me plaques. Yeah, I've been a part of a few things out here. You know what I'm saying? So Waleed, he owe me a chain, the others chain. Yeah, it's a few folks that owe me some chains. It's all good. Ain't no rush, fellas. I know I'm good for it.
Oh yeah, that shit coming. That shit on the way.
Gotta put it in mind, folks. Man, I ain't forget. Come on now.
How do you balance experimentation with trendiness?
Say that again.
Like, how do you balance like how do you balance experimenting? Like just in terms of just like, you know, music, the music business, like how I'm trying to say like what's your line between doing what's safe and then doing something experimental? Or how do you
jump off the porch, man? Take a chance, man. Take a risk. Is that the answer to your question?
That's a good answer.
Yeah, I mean, I learned from. We'll figure this shit out, man. You know what I mean? If I don't know how to do it, we're going to figure out a way to do it. You know what I'm saying? If we can't do it, we're going to use our resources. We're going to make some phone calls. But, yeah, I mean, I ain't scared to, I ain't going to say look stupid, but I ain't scared to make a mistake.
No, I feel it.
You know what I mean? Well, it's like, yeah, I ain't scared to make a mistake.
Yeah, we just going to sit here and not try?
You know what I'm saying?
The fuck? So, like, no.
Yeah. To answer, hopefully that answer your question.
Nah, you did, bro. You did. And I kind of fucked it up, but it's fine. But... yeah, man. I appreciate you letting us stop by. You feel me? For sure. To No Stress Academy, like this shit is crazy, Academy. Bro. Like this shit is absolutely fucking crazy. We got a whole bunch of clips like walking around in like the different rooms and shit. Like, bro, like
it might be even crazier now since we've been in here kicking it for like 15, 20 minutes. I'm sure a few more heads done popped in. You know what I'm saying? So
nah, for sure.
Might gotta get a few more clips
for sure.
Make like it's really jumping in here.
Nah, for sure. Like in. Like that is like we really appreciate it, bro. Like,
I appreciate y'all.
Like
for sure.
no cap. Like for just inviting us, letting us.
I know y'all. Like, you know? Y'all be on the same shit, and this is what this spot's for. You know what I'm saying, folks? That you know everybody got their own place, but it's a creative space, meeting of the minds. You know what I'm saying? Come on through and
bro, it's literally the exact same. Like through learning your story, it's kind of similar to like my story with the bridge. You know,
right.
Like, it's kind of like our friends, like, and we're trying to like build something, but then it's like some people leave or whatever, but then other people come back, and like it's all organizational stuff.
It's meant to be, man.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is if you're just doing what you love to do in a smart way that's generating money, like
keep on doing.
I'd rather do that. Like that's what life is. Like I said earlier, experiences, like doing what you want to do, not being on somebody's like beck and call. Even if you are like doing what you want to do, literally. Right. Like if you can do that, I promise you'll be happy, guys. So
for sure.
So yeah, thank you so much, bro.
Yeah. Hopefully we drop the gym or two.
Yeah.
Hopefully somebody learns something about the
hella gym.
Sudd, man. Sudd on everything. No stress, everything. Anella, everything. Y'all go download all the music. Season 5 out right now, and that what's going on.
Yes, sir. And we out this bitch.